Hello. Welcome to Tea Time with Jen. I'm doing a chocolate protein shake with a little bit of beta fiber. That helps with everything. It helps to combat my protective revenge, honestly. And I'd rather do that than have to take extra Imodium and that kind of thing. So I'm pretty pleased with that approach. So today's topic, I think I need you guys. So if you could help out by giving me some ideas down in the comments. Some of you may or may not know I'm the primary caregiver for my husband, who also has some very serious medical issues. Um, my kids are grown and they help immensely. And we have immediate family close by and great friends. So in no way am I insinuating that it's all totally on my shoulders or that I don't have a great support system. I do, and I'm immensely grateful. However, I guess, okay, so all that caveats. My topic is, how do you remember to take care of yourself? How do you make it a priority to take care of yourself when you have other caregiving responsibilities? So just to put this in perspective, I am a mom, although again, my kids are grown. I'm a full-time caregiver and wife. I mentor my robotics team and I have a full-time job. And I'm doing this whole cancer thing. Um, right now, I'm not taking off from work for the radiation. I just go in early in the morning and then I come back and I do a full day of work on top of all my other stuff. I think I made it clear in some of my daily videos over the course of the last week, my husband was hospitalized. So I was running, in addition to everything else, I had to run back and forth to the hospital. I was working from the hospital remotely, so I was able to kind of kill multiple birds with one stone. And the hospital was close to where I was getting radiation, so that made I was already going that way anyway. But coming home, in any case, I found many days, and I don't know if it was exhaustion from everything that was going on or um, the radiation or whatever, but by the end of the certain days, I was just totally wiped out. And I had many comments from you, wonderful people saying, don't forget to take care of yourself, take care of yourself. And my question is, how do you do that and still maintain all your other responsibilities? And um, I, I don't know how to articulate. Some people will say I'm kind of a super caregiver for my husband, right? In addition to caregiving, I'm also a very staunch patient advocate. I know all the medication he takes. I know his medical history. I go toe to toe with the doctors and nurse practitioners and the hospitalists as needed. It's a partnership. It's not us against them, but how do I articulate nicely? We spent a lot of time in the hospital, mostly him, but me too. And I'm just trying to think how to articulate it. Because it's a partner, you often need to be present to make sure that the proper care occurs or the medications get given on time or those kinds of things. I'm not making any comment about the skill set or but sometimes the hospitals don't have what's the word I'm looking for? Fair or effective patient ratios. The nurses have too many patients to give the care that they deserve, that kind of stuff. So this has been my experience over the last many years. And so when Bill is in the hospital, I try to be there as much as I can tolerate because I need to keep him safe by partnering with the care staff and making sure he gets the best care he can get. The reason he's there is because he needs care beyond what I can give on my own. So how do I make sure that happens while at the same time taking care of myself, right? Because medically, I'm needing a little extra care as well. Extra sleep to heal myself, more protein, etc., etc. And I struggle. So any suggestions you have, I greatly appreciate. Both of my boys, although one more than the other, are willing to spend time with their dad in the hospital and will call me as needed to get on top of things or ask questions so they know what to say. So again, I don't want to insinuate that we don't have the support, but it's better when I'm there. Also, speaking for myself, when I'm not feeling well, I feel better when Bill's there, right? In addition to being a caregiver, that's my spouse. It makes him feel better when I'm present. So, where's the line? Now, I have to tell you, multiple times, again, he's my spouse. He said, Jen, go home. You got to take care of you. I'll be okay. I'll be okay. And I was like, and then a couple times I did go. But I guess my question is, it's not, humana. It's not as easy as, he's where he's being cared for, just go home and deal. And sometimes I do that. But it's been, for me, well, now I spent 5 minutes asking you guys the same question. How do you do that? So I'll tell you some of the things I did do. I did leave a few times as needed. I definitely left when I had medical. I had to wait until after radiation to go, for example. Another thing that I did, they had like the recliner in his room multiple times throughout I think he was there for 5 or 6 days. Multiple times I laid in the recliner and took little cat naps. And that was effective from the perspective of the thing that my body needs most right now is that rest. And I was there so he could put eyes on me and make himself feel better. If somebody came into the room, I could wake up and help be a partner and address any issues and concerns. But at the same time, I was resting my body. As far as the protein goes, I did a fairly good job of bringing a protein shake with me every morning. I tried to make good choices in the cafeteria at the hospital. I don't know. What other ideas do you guys have? I definitely have seen historically, I will put my health to the side while I'm caring for him, especially in the emergent cases where he's in the hospital. But this go around, that's been a struggle. He had a brief hospitalization in December. I think that one was 3 or 4 days. And that one, I had to step back. Like, my body wouldn't let me do it. Like, I sent the boys to the hospital. At least for 1 or 2 of the days he was in the emergency room, he didn't go up to the room. And I was like, I can't sit in the emergency room. I was just a week or 2 from my last chemo treatment. Cumulatively, I felt miserable. I was doing quite poorly. And my body just wouldn't let me get up and go and go and go and go. And so I sent the boys. And then when he moved to the room, again, I had the recliner. I was able to rest while I was with him. And that did work. So that's one solution. I guess maybe a corollary might be to actually take the days off from work. So instead of working and caregiving and being present in the hospital, I just take off the time from work. That might help take off some of the pressure. What kind of ideas do you guys have? Any ideas? I appreciate it. Any of them. So I guess I don't know what we're going to title this one. The importance of self-care while caregiving? Not bad. Anyway, I will take any tips and tricks that any of you have used in the past. I can say definitively that self-care has always fallen to the bottom of my list when those that I love need my care. But it does go both ways. And as I mentioned multiple times in the hospital, this trip and in December, Bill was like, you need to stay home or, go home. You're done. All right. Well, thanks for listening to me jibber jabber, and I will appreciate any suggestions and ideas you have. I hope y'all have a good day. Tomorrow's going to be a better day. Be well.